Everyone, welcome to Math 115. So I'm your instructor. My name's Professor McLaughlin. So this is a asynchronous course, which means there's no scheduled class meeting times, and all your work is going to be completed on Canvas. So if you click on the Start Here button, it will take you to the video that you're watching right now. So this course will be active on Monday and Wednesday of each week. And each day of class will consist of either a lecture period or a quiz period. And during the lecture period, students will have 24 hours to work on questions that I post. And you can earn extra credit points by posting correct answers within the 24-hour time frame. After that, I'll be posting the solutions. So during each lecture period, I'll be checking discussions a couple of times, at least 3 times, about once every 8 hours, and we'll look at your work and answer any questions that you post. Our first lecture period will be available on Canvas on Monday, January 8th at 12:01. So, and you'll have then 24 hours to, well, you have until 11:59 on Monday to post your answers. And on lecture period days, I'll be available on Zoom from 6 to 7 p.m. to answer any student questions. And I'll also be checking the discussion actively from 6 to 8 p.m. pretty much on lecture period days. So I'll be in my office from 6 to 7, and then I'll be just checking the discussion all the way up until 8 p.m. on lecture period days. I also check it before, but I'll be active. So I'll be right in front of the computer screen from 6 to 8 pretty much. And here's a link to the Zoom office. So you can click on that and that will work. And it'll take you, so between 6 and 7 on lecture period days. So on January 8th, on Monday, from 6 to 7, I'll be in my office. And then all other lecture periods, I'll be in my office too at that time. You can also send me an email and I'll respond within a few hours. And I'm going to be sending the class numerous emails each week, starting a few days before class starts. So make sure you check your email on a regular basis. Okay, so below here is how you can contact me. So here's how you can contact the professor. So you can either come to my office hours, or you can post a question on Ask a Professor, or you can email me, and I'll respond to your emails within a few hours. Unless it's over the weekend, it may take a bit longer. Okay, let's see. Let's go over the syllabus now. Well, actually, let's click on how I communicate with students. So I communicate with students through emails, discussions, Ask Professors, and office hours. Okay, so let's now go over the syllabus. So go to the top here. You'll see a link to the syllabus. So let's click on that. At the top, you have a syllabus video, pretty much is the video that you're watching right now. Okay, so here's my email address. And everything that you need for this course will be provided on Canvas, so there's no need to buy anything. And this is a intro stats course. You can look at the description. Course modality, as I already discussed, it's an asynchronous course, so there's no scheduled class meeting times. And there'll be lecture periods. Oops, jump down. So there'll be lecture periods, as I already mentioned, and our first lecture period will be January 8th. We'll talk more about this in a second. Let's see. Let's go down. And here's a video of what you need to do at the beginning of each lecture period you can watch. And here's a video on how you can participate during the lecture period. You should watch this also. Attendance. So if you do miss more than 2 classes, you may be dropped from the course. but don't assume that I will drop you. So if you stop attending, make sure you drop yourself from the course. Quizzes. There's going to be 13 quizzes throughout the semester. No makeup quizzes will be given, but you can drop your lowest quiz score. So I'll take your best 12 quizzes. And for each quiz, you're going to have 24 hours to complete it. And it'll be a 1% penalty for every minute your quiz is late. And here's a video on how to take a quiz. Academic integrity. Should look at that, but pretty much before each quiz, you're going to have to sign an agreement saying you will not cheat during the quiz. And here's how you can submit that agreement, that video. I'll explain more in a second. Assignments. So in addition to quizzes, you're also going to have assignments, which are like little mini projects. And you'll have about a week to work on each assignment. So there's going to be 13 assignments. You can drop your lowest assignment score. And it'll be a 10% penalty for every day your assignment is late. And so your grade is going to be made up then of the quizzes and assignments. So the quizzes will account for 50% of the grade, the assignments the other 50%. Grading policy is just standard. Tutoring services, so if you need additional help, you can go to Learning Center, there's a link here. But I suggest you come to my office hours first, and then if I can't help you, or if you don't get enough help off me, then I go to Learning Center. So come to me first, and then go to Learning Center. Course objectives, you can look at those. Study tips, you can look at those. Accommodation. So if you need accommodation to participate in this class, let me know, email me, let me know as soon as possible, and we can work something out. Student resources. So here's a link to some student resources, basic needs. Important dates, you can look at those, but it looks like the last day to drop without a W is January 19th. Okay, so here's a class schedule at the bottom of the syllabus. So this tells you what we're doing each day of class. So you can see on day 1, we'll be going over module 1. Day 2, we'll continue going over module 1. Day 3, it looks like on the 15th, there's no class. Day 3, you're going to have your quiz and assignment. So you'll be taking your quiz and your assignment will be due on that day 3 also. And you can see all the way through. So every week, pretty much, there's a quiz and assignment due. So looks like there's 30 days, and on day 30, you'll have your last assignment and quiz due. Okay, so let's go back to the home page for a second. Okay, so suppose it's day 1. So what you're going to do on day 1 is go to the content. So you can go to the syllabus at the bottom. Another way you can do it is what to do each day of class. This brings you to the same schedule that's at the bottom of the syllabus. It's just easier to access here. So suppose it's the first day of class, so January 8th. So I'm going to click on Module 1. And so it takes us to the module at the top. It gives you the objectives of the module, so what we're going to be covering in the module. And then below that, it gives you some lecture notes, so you can click on those. It'll give you then the lecture notes for the section, so you should look over those. And then some more optional practice. And then below that, you have a practice quiz. So if you click on that, it brings you to a practice quiz. So the practice quiz has 4 questions. So your actual quiz will look similar to the practice quiz. So you should make sure you understand the practice quiz. And at the top of each practice quiz, there's videos of me going over each of the questions. So you can see if I click on this one, it'll take me to a YouTube video of me going over question 1. Okay, so you should look at those. And below that, there's practice submitting a quiz. So if you want to practice submitting a quiz before you take the actual quiz, you can follow this tutorial. It walks you through how you can submit a quiz. But your quiz will be submitted through Canvas. Okay, so you can look at that. Okay, let's see. So let's go back. Another way you can access the material is by clicking on modules over here. Then you go to module 1. Okay, so below that is how to participate during lecture periods. You can click on those. Okay, so here's what to do day 1. So the first thing you'll do is take attendance. So you click on attendance. You can see right now it's locked until January 8th. But when it's on January 8th, when you come back here, you'll be able to open it. And pretty much you'll just, to take attendance, you're just going to sign your name in a text box and submit it. Okay. After you do the attendance, then you'll do the student discussion 1. Again, it's locked right now, but pretty much it's a discussion question you have to answer. Then you do the lecture 1, question 1, and lecture 1, question 2. Let me just leave the student view for a second so you can see what it'll look like on day 1. So I'm going to leave the student view. And let's click on lecture 1, question 1. So when you click on it on January 8th, it will look like this. So at the top, I tell you what we're covering. Then I tell you to start watching this video. So you're going to start watching that video. And then when you're watching the video, you're going to work on this question right here. And then if you post a correct answer for this question within the 24-hour time period, you'll get 2 points extra credit added to your quiz score. Okay, so suppose you watch the video then and answer the question. So how you're going to submit your work is you have a reply button at the bottom here. Don't use that one. Use the reply button at the top up here. And different ways you can submit your work. One way is you can write it on a piece of paper, your answer, and then you can take a picture with your camera and insert it. So you're going to go insert and then image. And then when you take a picture, you're going to upload the image. Okay, then you're going to click on the rocket. And then you're going to find your image in here from your pictures. So I'll say, suppose this one, you pick, say that. So you're going to choose your picture. And then the alt text, you're going to write, say, solution 1, and put your name. So you'll put your name there. And then at the bottom, it has embed image or display link. I want you to choose display link, display text link, because if you embed image, I'll be able to see the whole image of everybody's, and it'll be hard for me to keep track of it. So doing it like this, I'll just be able to see a link to your work, and I can be able to click on it. So it'll be easier for me to keep track of all the replies. So make sure you just click display link and then click submit. And there you go. So that's one way you can submit your work. Another way is you could just directly type into Canvas. So you could take the question and just go up here then. Maybe I'll post this for a second. So let's post it now. So now I could go edit. And paste here. So the first question then, I could put my answer here. So continuous. Then you can put your answer for the next one here and so forth all the way down. And I'll be able to see your work that way too. And you can just say done. So that's another way you could submit your answer. Okay, so that's how you're going to participate during the lecture periods. Let's go back to the home page. Okay, so I think that's the main things. All right then, so I'm going to leave it there. So I'll see you guys on the first day of class on January 8th. Okay, see you.